Hi guys, I'm back. I'm back, guys. And why does pressing 12 always do weird stuff? Cool. I've never seen that before. That could be useful. I was gonna say I was normalizing the vector, and basically what normalizing a vector does is gives it a magnitude of 1. And what that means is, like, if I were to travel in that direction according to the vector, then I would move a distance of just 1. Because basically, if I were to say move 1 north and 1 west and 1 east or something, and you just measured my start from the start and end, I'd actually have moved something like the square root of 2 rather than just 1. So how it works by basically just dividing each the vector by itself, by its magnitude. So the entire vector ends up with a magnitude of 1, but the direction part is still intact. I could do this manually, but dir.normalize is much simpler. So simple move dir, and we'll end up moving in that direction. Except that I've missed a semicolon somewhere. Like everywhere. Semicolons, semicolons. It's really weird, because we did software design as my elective for school. And we were using Visual Basic.net, which doesn't require semicolons. So I kept on messing up in Visual Basic, and putting in semicolons, and it kept telling me that symbols that weren't required were in the script or something, and it kept causing problems. And now I'm forgetting all my semicolons. So yeah. And it didn't work because I haven't even applied simple move to capsule. Another thing we're gonna want is some lights so we can actually see what's going on, rather than just having a bunch of grey that we can't tell different objects apart from each other. We're gonna create a new light. It's gonna be a point light, which means it's just gonna be a single point from which light emanates. So just gonna make it like that, and I'm gonna give it a bigger range, something like 40, and then we're gonna make it really high so that it gets a good, it's got a good intensity and a good range. So next thing we're gonna do is move the camera up a bit higher to take a look at our object. Now this the final game is gonna be in first person, but I want to do some testing from afar. So now we get to see our game, and as you can see, I still can't do anything because what happened? The capsule should have the simple move script. Oh yes, I haven't given it the character controller. So I just need to drag this character controller right onto here, and it'll be able to access its own character controller. Bam! And now I can move. Oh, I can't because input axis horizontal is not set up because I'm an idiot and I spelled horizontal incorrectly. That is fine. So now, my videos always come off to a slow start. Sorry if you wasted your time with these first few episodes, but that's what you get for watching an amateur. So now I can move this around, and it won't go any faster when going diagonally because it's normalized. If it wasn't, then you'd find yourself moving slightly faster when moving diagonally, because you'd be moving one this way and one that way, and all of a sudden you move, bam, you've moved like that. You've moved more because of the way triangles work. Now this is a bit slow, so the next thing we're going to do is we could just times this by 5, but you know what's better? It's much better to put a variable in called speed and make it a float, and then make it by default equal to 5, and then just say dir equals dir dot normalized times 5. So now it will have a magnitude of 5 because it'll normalize it so that it has a magnitude of 1 and then times 5. So that is great. No, wait, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, times it by speed, obviously, so that you can edit it. So now what'll happen as you can see, like the controller appeared here. Now speed variable here appears here. Now I can make this 1, and it will move at the same speed that it did before. Or, you know, I could make this a 5, and any variables edited here are edited in real time and will instantly affect the game. So voila, we now have a character that moves at a ludicrous speed, especially for a first-person shooter. So we're going to give it a speed of 2 and see how that pans out. Now, next thing I want to do is have it move relative. What I want to see if I can use the WSAD keys to move this. I can. So the WSAD keys are in fact configured to work with this. Can I use my Xbox controller? No. That's alright. So that's pretty cool. Now, I said I'm gonna work from afar, but not anymore. So what I'm gonna do is take a look at what the heck this camera has. It has like a flare layer and all this cool stuff that I don't understand. Is it just something you turn on and off? Well, that's interesting. Unfortunately, I don't know if this is the default, if this is what happens when you add a camera object, because you can just make a blank object and then add something like, you know, rendering and add a camera to it. You can just do that. You can even add a skybox, which is great. All this stuff. GUI texture and text. I'm gonna need to take a look at that later. But what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick this in position 0, 0, 0. And that should be, oh, the capsule is at 2. So I'm going to get the main camera and I'm going to bring it up by 2. I'm going to take a look at where it is. And I love how, I didn't realize the main camera can see through objects like that. Let's have it 2.5. Great, so now it's in the head, in the pseudo head of the character, so to speak. We'll bring it a bit forward, because that's where people's eyes are. They're a bit forward, so we're going to get this, and we're going to see which direction that is. Okay, so this seems to be relative still. I'm going to make his rotation 0, 0, 0, so he's looking exactly straight. And we'll see. Okay, so what if I make his Z 0.5? It looks great. Well, actually, the character can't see things directly. Oh, maybe you can. Okay, we're going to make it a bit smaller. 0.25 is a bit... no. How about 0.4? No. 0.3. 2. 5. 0.2 seems pretty good. So we're going to keep it at 0.2. And... now we're going to have to change the way Simple Move works. First thing we're going to do, actually, is parent the main camera to the capsule. So as you can see, when the capsule moves now, main camera moves. So, we now have the ability to move the camera. So as you can't really see it very well, but I am in fact moving. Now I'm going to move off here. And it's going to fall because gravity is in the game for the moment. I'm going to end the episode here. Bye.